Sounds stupid, but they're right. I think I've been trapped by this thought, and as many people are. I think there's this preconceived idea that the only way for things to be given love or appreciation or to even be liked at all is that they have to be perfect. And I think that's like an obsessive, like compulsive kind of idea, and that's like this perfectionist idea that just is untrue. I think people, especially in today's age, like really would prefer to have things that feel more real, feel more authentic, and don't feel not only prescribed, but don't feel fucking AI generated, I was just watching videos from like 16 years ago that were like really big, deep parts of my childhood, and looking at how bad they were. Like, it used to be so easy to access this world because you didn't have to worry about being perfect. You just had to do it. Sketches, children's drawings, like camp movies, like they're not good, but that's what makes them great. The way that they present it is it's supposed to be kind of silly, and it's supposed to be over the top, and it's supposed to be weird, and it's not supposed to make complete sense. And I think a lot of people love those things. I'm one of those people. I love bad art. I love things that look weird and obscure. I have a painting on my wall of a mime, and her fingers are like 10 miles long. But I love her, something about her, because everything else about it's so great, but that's what makes it human for me. I think my mentality really comes down to like, I'd rather it get done than it be done well. Obviously, like, I want to improve and I want things to get better, but at the end of the day, I just want to see that it came to life, that it's real. And then as I get more skills, time, money, energy, crew, whatever, that's when I want to start seeing improvement. But at the end of the day, even that, I was like, we could always do it better. It can always be done better. But can we just get it done? Can we create something and mean it and feel proud of the work we made, regardless of the high or low quality? Can we be proud that we made something at all? Some days a little doodle is all you can get out, and that should feel good. You should be proud that you still made something today. There are people in their lives that never draw, never create, just simply consume, watch, and just let the world happen around them. So be proud to be a creator, and be proud of your mistakes. Make more. So let's talk about it. I think it's really important to learn how to fail properly. And by that I mean is giving yourself grace, giving yourself joy, and giving yourself the right to make mistakes, do things improperly, not do it in proper form. Just enjoy the process of trying something and doing something new, So I kind of played it. That juice was in B flat. I have no idea if that's B flat or not. I have no idea what note that was. I think it's a good note. I don't fucking know. I don't want to deal with it. Doesn't matter. But point being, right? So C. That's a C. Okay? So this is a C. But if you didn't know that, you could go, okay, there's the note. That's a C. But you want a chord, and you go, okay, is this a C? And then you go, does this sound good? No, but it has an interesting feeling. And you go, well, maybe I'll do it one higher. It's something that's definitely a dyad, I think is the word you want to use, but that's a sound, right? That feels like something's gonna happen. But then you go, yeah, okay. And then maybe you play with the third note. You get those two notes and you go again. Nope. Hey, that sounds like something. And you can keep going though, even if you're like, that sounds right. That's still right, but what is that? That's a different sound. One of my favorite quotes is actually from Jake from Adventure Time, which says, sucking at something is the first step to being really good at something. And I love that, because that's right. Like, all you need to do is keep trying things, and eventually you'll get better. But that still doesn't mean that you're going to know everything, or that everything is going to go smoothly the first time you try it. You just have to keep trying it. This shit's like 8 years in the making, and I'm still not doing fuck all, at least for people that I know. This is good, and I feel proud of that. But I still look at it and I go, I can be better. I can do better. It's that perfectionist mindset. But I'm trying to get out of it again. I'm having a lot of fun just experimenting and looking a little off, or, just letting things be what they are, because perfection is a stupid idea. Perfection is a fucking illness. Being perfect isn't real, first of all, and being perfect just means you're not being authentic. You're trying to put on a character. You're not just being who you are. Ooh, if you hone in on what it means to be you rather than what you think it means to be right or perfect or correct, Just be you, and you'll start to realize that those things are actually more authentic and will get you a lot further. Like, you can do anything you want. It's really cool. I think it's just important to build a tolerance for failure, for not being able to do the thing correctly the first time. Going, oh, okay, like, I think putting the reps in of just doing stuff over and over and over and failing over and over and over is more important. Like, it's the climb quote from fucking Miley Cyrus, dude. Like you're just gonna have to climb the mountain. You're gonna have to Sisyphus this shit, dude. Don't be a Sisyphus sissy. Don't be a Sisyphus. Just go for it. Keep trudging, like they say, like you must imagine Sisyphus happy, and you do. Not being able to succeed immediately hurts, but I will tell you, and so will my partner, of like the more and more you fail at something, the more and more that high, how good that high is gonna be when you finally do it and you do it right. You're gonna feel achieved. And it's gonna feel tasty, and guess what? After you do it the first time, it's never gonna be tasty again, or not as tasty. So you're gonna have to improve again, or you're gonna have to pick another thing that is just outside of your reach, dude. Just a little too far. And you gotta go for it. You just gotta learn to fail. And again, by learning to fail is just getting comfortable with failure. Going, failure is okay. I have a line in one of my songs that literally says, failure is not an option, it's what's expected. You have to fail to succeed. It's counterintuitive, it's paradoxical, but it's real. The more you put in the work, the more you fail, eventually you must succeed. But, I think there's a bigger part to this rather than like just the perfection of it all. I think it comes down to fear. I think fear comes from the idea that if we fail, then we are a failure and we can never stop being a failure. Like, I think there's this like permanence that if I fail that I could never succeed, or that I am worthless because I cannot do what I set out to do. And maybe I'm projecting. I probably am. I feel like skateboarders are really good at knowing that like you've got to fuck it up. Like, I feel like it's a good feedback loop that definitively, if I fuck this move up, I just have to try again. Like, you don't go, fuck, I can't do an ollie, so I'm never going to try. Like, you got to keep trying to do an ollie until you do it. And I think what's good, again, like, there's also this fear of looking inadequate or looking stupid. And I think that's okay. Like, it's totally okay to look dumb. It's okay to look like you don't know what you're doing. 'Cause you don't. That's a major part of it, I believe, is this, again, idea that our worth is based off always looking smart, always performing well, and never having issues with anything. And that's just not human. That's just not real. You're not going to nail everything perfectly. You're not going to get an ollie or a kickflip the first try. You may not be able to do it 300 tries. And maybe you need some help, like with other people, or you need a teacher to guide you. And I think that's more of what we should focus on is like, look, if you're failing, that's okay. If you're failing so consistently and you're not feeling any progress, then you should look for assistance. We also tend to do this thing where we keep trying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and expecting different results. I'm pretty sure the definition of insanity, probably. That's from a video game. But I think there's some major questions that you should be asking yourself if that's where you feel most stuck. And I think one of the bigger questions is, why does it scare you? Why does it scare you to look dumb? Why does it scare you to try something new? Why does it scare you to let people see you make mistakes? And I think personally, it's again this idea of like, but I'm smart and I'm intelligent. And if people think I look dumb or I do something and I don't succeed, people might think I'm dumb. And that's stupid. That's stupid. That's dumb. But it's hard to shake off, because it is this like wanting this pride thing. I think of like not wanting to fail because you don't want people to see you fail. You want people to see you succeed, but you have to fail to succeed sometimes. Other questions being like, why does it have to be perfect? Can it be just okay? Can it be all right? Can it just be an attempt? Can we let go and allow ourselves to go, this is the best I can do right now, and that's okay? Again, like, why can't we just fix it later? Because there's been plenty of projects I've gone to where I'm like, God, this is so bad. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. None of this makes sense. I hate this. And then I end up like coming back to it 2 weeks later after giving it some time. And I go, actually, I really like this. And I don't want to change this at all, ever. The perfect one is my friend Elena and I made a song. I wrote the lyrics. She sang it. And she wanted to do this whole bigger collaboration. And like, after I kept hearing it back, it's perfect. Even with her saying like off the bat, the recording is like, oh, this is another take. I'm trying it again. I can't get it right. And I want that. because it's such a switch of like hee, it's so funny, and then the song drops in and it's really intense and really upsetting and really harsh, and it's beautiful, and I love that. And her voice, her tonality, she's like, you should sing it. No, I don't want to anymore. Like, I want it, it's yours, and I love that. And I think that's just it, is you don't know what things are always meant to be. You may have an idea for something and it ends up turning out that, like, actually it's better as this other thing. So I think what's really harsh though, or what's really scary, is like what is good enough? You know, when is the project, the creative idea, the emotional labor, when is it enough? Because I think it's always this like perfect, I need it better, better. But like, I think what's more important is like, what is good enough, and then can I pass that just a little bit? No matter how far you are in your journey, whether it's through creativity, your job, your career, any part of your life, wherever you're at, know that you're doing good enough. If you are alive, if you are eating, if you can find moments of joy in your day, and if you can find that spark inside you to play sometimes, you're doing good enough. But let's get off that. You know, now it's time to take you to what I really think. See how weird her fingers are? But I love her. She's beautiful. I get people, and by people I mean mostly my partner, but like I get a lot of people who get really mad with me when I use the phrase like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Because it is dismissive. You know, like it is, if someone told you something and you go, oh, hey man, I've been doing this lately. You go, who cares? Like, it can be hurtful. And I understand that, but that doesn't stop me. Because like for me, like what I mean when I say who cares is just like, what does it matter what other people think about it? Why let it bother you? Who, and maybe that's the deeper question that I should be asking, is like, well, which part of you cares about that? Why does that matter so much to you? Michael Scott once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It's also, I think, Wayne Gretzky, but less important, Michael Scott. That's kind of the idea, dude. It's just like, go for it anyway. Like, who cares what people think about it? Who cares if it's perfect? Who cares if it makes you famous? Who cares if it makes you money? You lose the point of the creativity. You lose the point of the artistic expression when you start focusing it on other shit. The bigger questions you should ask yourself is, do you like this? Do I like this? Is this good to me? And then the moment you start to care yourself, would other people like this? Say, who cares? Doesn't matter what other people think right now. What matters is what I think. And I like it, and that should be enough. And if people don't love it, it's okay. Things aren't meant for everybody. But you shouldn't let that stop you from creating or stop you from enjoying creation and being yourself and expressing yourself. Don't ask yourself, is this the best? Is this perfect? Will people love this? Ask, is this my best? Is this the best I can do? And if it's not, keep working. Try a little harder. And if it is, then that's all you can ask for. And maybe you could push yourself if you want. But I think it's more important to just go, hey, I've done my best and this is as good as I can get it right now without some more practice or some more failures. You see what I'm saying? And then again, like, so the process of like, well, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Who cares? You can go a different direction, or you can keep going down the same path. You can literally do anything you want. That's kind of the beauty of creation. And again, creation in a bubble that is yours and no one else's. That you are safe and you are comfortable and you get to go, this feels good and I want to pursue this for this long or this way, right? Like you can constantly fluctuate. Eventually you have to make choices, sure. But my point being, when in the creative process, don't worry about anyone else. Don't worry about anything else. Worry about what's going on right now. Don't worry about what's going on later. Don't worry about like how it's going to show up in the show. Don't worry how it's going to look in a gallery. Don't think about who you're going to talk to about it or who you're going to present it to. Think about, does it feel good? Do I like what I'm doing? Do I want to keep doing it? Stay there. Work there first. Who fucking cares if it's perfect? Are you proud of it? Can you look at what you made? Can you look at what you're doing and go, this makes me feel good, and you're proud and you have pride for doing something that you actually love, rather than going, well, yeah, I made $1 million. Cool. That's good to feel pride about your achievements for sure. But like, don't make that your goal. Be proud of what you're doing, not be proud of the results. That's the way to say it. I guess at the end of the day, like to put this into some real points, right? You're going to have to fail. You're just going to have to do it. Like, and it's part of the process, and it's something you should get comfortable with and you should embrace. It should drive you to do more. 2, don't let the fear take over. Like, it's so easy to go, but I can't do it. What if I can't make it right? What if someone doesn't love it? What if? And all these what ifs are really just stopping you from going, what if I did? What if I just did it? And if you're gonna what if yourself out of something, why can't you why can't you what if yourself into doing something, to loving it? What if this succeeds? What if I'm the best? What if this is what makes it? What if this is what people have needed all along? What if this is what I've needed in my life this entire time? What if, what if, what if? Fuck the fear. Move forward. Third, again, I really want you to take this mentality and I want you to use this. This is a scary mentality. And again, try not to let it go into everything you do, but who cares? And don't do this negatively. It's not who cares as in like don't give a shit about anything, ignore people's stuff. No. Letting go of this idea that you need to be perfect, good, or perform for anyone else other than yourself. Impress yourself first, enjoy yourself first, and then bring it to other people. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Abandon the fear, not yourself. I'm gonna keep just leaving with a bunch of quotes. Don't worry about the destination. Just keep on walking. Eventually you're gonna make it there. You can always course correct, but if you don't move, nothing changes. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Go out there, make a fool of yourself, act up, look different, smell weird, taste things you've never tried, go to a place that you know is probably gonna make you sick. Just make the mistake, because at the end of the day, maybe you have a beautiful story. I just wanted to say thank you guys to anybody who watches this, to anybody who enjoys this. Like, this is really just a joy for me, regardless of if anyone sees it. It helps me process, helps me think, and it allows me to make more mistakes in which I can change, grow, and become a better person, hopefully. Maybe I'm worse. I don't know. But I love you guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. The bell, I think, is a thing. Anyway, see you guys later.